So we want our speakers to not only sound perfect with audiophile recordings, but also we want to go back through some of those old recordings that were a little harsher, not as well recorded. So favorite bands, favorite music, I like a lot of the older stuff, classic rock, funk, folk, a lot of stuff from the 60s and 70s, a lot of stuff that unfortunately isn't recorded very well. I love it when some new stuff comes out that has a good groove to it, a good funk beat. I looked up Chaka Khan not too long ago to see what was happening with her, and she was like 66 years old and came out with a new album not too long ago, a few years ago. There's a track on there called Like Sugar that's got the sweetest groove in it, and I can jam to it all day long, crank it up on our speakers, and it's a blast to listen to. But for the most part, I'm into stuff that was recorded quite a long time ago.
I listen to all sorts of music. I listen to everything from super heavy metal to girl and guitar. I like some of my favorite bands on like the extreme heavy metal side are like Lamb of God and Bullet for My Valentine, and then I've got Norah Jones on my laptop as well. But I probably listen mostly to like hard rock and blues are my two go-to most of the time. I mean, the newest album that I've been spinning is probably the Royal Blood. I think the album's called Oblivion. I just like their sound. They're a band kind of like the Black Keys. It's two people, and they've got a pretty unique sound, and it's just something that really vibes with me.
So that has a lot to do with how we design speakers. Kerry and I both like to listen to a wide variety of music, so we want our speakers to not only sound perfect with audiophile recordings, but also we want to go back through some of those old recordings that were a little harsher, not as well recorded, and still be able to fully enjoy them, crank them up, listen to them for a long time, not be fatigued.
There's speakers that can be brighter and sound really good on things like Girl with Guitar, but if I put on like a hard rock or a metal track, are super ear-piercing, and they just become unlistenable. When I design speakers, I would say I'm predominantly focused on tone or tonality. So I played instruments all my life. I played a trumpet since I was younger, and I picked up guitar when I was in college. So I've been around and played music for a long time, and the accurate sound of a specific instrument is really what I'm focusing on, or the vocals. So that tonality is really what I'm looking for when I design a speaker.
When we go through a testing session, we listen to a ton of different kinds of music, and it's not just to see how great they'll sound. Sometimes it's to really trip up the speakers, to give them a problem song, something that sounds a little screechy in this area, something that doesn't have a great sound stage overall, and then we start tweaking crossover components. We start dialing things in until every song we can play sounds just about as good as it can.